Hello, I'm Simon Christie and welcome to 4 Wheel Drive TV. Guys, another big episode and we are again across the ditch to New Zealand for some wild action. Let's kick off 4 Wheel Drive TV a little bit differently this time with some hardcore winching. The Superwinch Winch Challenge is a biannual event held in the wet and lush gullies and forests to the east of New Zealand's North Island. Covering 4 days with 20 gruelling stages, the event attracts the cream of Kiwi competitors, and not to disappoint, 17 experienced teams were up for the challenge and ready to take on the hills, ruts, mud and forests, and of course the elements in what is now well regarded as one of the best events as voted by the competitors across New Zealand. To mix things up a little, many of the stages were set without any winching sections at all, allowing the teams full use of their horsepower as well as testing their skills at speed. 2 super stages also extended this philosophy with both 8 and 10 kilometre high-speed night runs pushing the teams through the dark. As an added bonus, an outlaw class was introduced with a handful of trials-type off-road vehicles fronting to mix it with the winch class teams. The brainchild of Pete Weatherly from the hidden 4 Wheel Drive park and fully supported by Superwinch and Traction, the event is located near the seaside town of Whakatane and is around 3 hours southeast of Auckland, the nation's capital. The terrain is typically steep and wet, and the rugged farmland, teamed with the tricky and tight forested areas, sets the scene for a hard-fought weekend of hardcore 4 Wheel Drives. Thanks to Superwinch, thanks to the dedicated 4 Wheel Drive TV team, and thanks to Pete Weatherly. This is the 2007 Superwinch Winch Challenge, so hang around for more exciting action. Welcome back from the break, and it is time for more New Zealand mud over at Whakatane. With Phil Clark. Now, Phil Clark, the Superwinch Winch Challenge, you're here representing Superwinch. What does this event mean for you?
As a sponsor, it really is just an absolute pleasure to be here, Simon. I mean, obviously, there's prizes involved and there's the company brand involved, but it really is a lot of fun as well. We're in a unique situation where we get to see the best equipment we have being used at the highest levels of winch competition in New Zealand, so it's just a thrill to be here, really.
And has the event been a success from your point of view?
Definitely. I think the feedback from different competitors has been very positive. We've had wonderful weather with the exception of a little bit of rain, which was just what the tracks needed for the day. Everybody seems to have had a really good time and been well challenged, so I can't think that we could have had a better event than we have.
What can you tell us about the different sorts of terrain and tracks that were out there over the 4 days?
There really was a wide scope of tracks put in. The organiser Pete Weatherly, John Bosman and all the marshals that are involved in putting this event together spent an awful amount of time going around the land here. The land is very varied and versatile, so there was everything from a lot of high-speed sections, which the larger trucks with big horsepower seemed to like, right through to the windiest, tightest shoelace-style tracks that you could get. So it was really varied right across the board to allow all the competitors, the best opportunity to have a fair playing field, I think.
Now for some people a little bit of a contentious issue, but from our point of view, absolutely fantastic, the inclusion of an outlaw class.
Yeah, the inclusion of the outlaw class was very exciting. It was great to see a couple of the guys that would normally spend time here. Some of the guys competing would normally be the marshals, actually getting it out, running some of the same tracks, same terrain, and winching the same areas, playing on the same field. They loved it too. I'd like to think that next year we get a couple more people involved, but for the ones that were, they're all thrilled.
Now in the past, the Superwinch Winch Challenge has been a biannual event. I hear it may be becoming a yearly effort.
Yes, indeed, that's right. Traditionally it was biannual. This year is the first time that we've had a national points scoreboard, essentially, for all the winch competitions together. Obviously the Superwinch Tuff Truck has been included in that, and realistically we want to, as well as are going to, run another competition next year so we can keep in the national points board.
Bill, you're obviously heavily involved being a major sponsor here, but you also sponsor a lot of the trucks here. What do these competitors get out of an event like this? Why do they come in here and wreck their trucks for 4 days?
I think they love the spirit of competition. I think there's as many mixes of personality as there are mixes of trucks out here, to be honest. Some of them out here for the adrenaline thrill. I think some of them thrive on competition and staking themselves against, the best that the country's got to offer and the best equipment that the country's got to offer. But overall, I think an underlying theme for probably all of the competitors is just the joy of competition, the joy of competing against your fellow man.
Bill Clark from Superwinch, Traction, EFS and a whole lot of other things, plus now a very handsome man in a jet vest. Thank you very much for talking to the team at 4 Wheel Drive TV.
Thanks very much, Simon. Appreciate you being here. That's great.
Alright, let's now check out how the Superwinch Winch Challenge ended up. We're here with Pete Weatherly at the Superwinch Winch Challenge. Now Pete, what exactly is a Superwinch Tuff Truck Winch Challenge?
Basically road legal trucks, very similar to what you guys have in Australia then. Basically it was my conception 4 years ago to design a winch challenge that was held in one spot, so we put a lot of development into the Superwinch Tuff Truck Challenge.
More of a challenge that's been quite an assault. You've set up a series of stages over 4 days. Why have you gone for 4 days instead of the normal 3 days?
What we wanted to do is make them work for it basically. I didn't want it over and out fast as possible. So on the Thursday night, this year we put them up for 3 night stages. It's the first time we've done that, and that flowed really well. They've got expensive lights, so let's use them. Friday morning they woke up, we hit them hard with 6 stages. So these guys, we had 6 stages on the Saturday as well. And then Saturday night, we thought, we'll give them some more. So we gave them another 2 night stages. A second super night stage, which is 10k long, and then this morning we thought, well, they can't go home Saturday night, we can't call it that, they're going to be here, so let's whack them in for another 3 stages Sunday morning, and that's what we did this morning.
Tell us a little bit about the sort of terrain here, because we've seen some absolutely fantastic challenging tracks.
We haven't got a lot of mud on the property we've got, so we use the mud the best way we can. So we try and plan the stages to work the terrain we've got.
We're guests here at the hidden 4 Wheel Drive Park. What can you tell us about this location?
Basically, we're very privileged to use my parents' farm. It's 1,000 acres and there's 400 acres of bush that we've got around here at the moment, which is what we use. The location is in sunny Whakatane. You've managed to attract some of the country's top winch challenge competitors. You've set a fantastic assault for them here with the stages. What would you like to say to the Aussies who are watching this to try and get them over here to have a crack? Basically, if you want a different terrain, we would accommodate you big time to come over here. I place this event as the 2nd biggest one in the country. But from what the guys are saying is that, no, this is the big one in the country. Forget the other one. This is a totally different one. Everyone comes in and does it. And if we know they're coming, we'll make some special arrangements to take care of them.
Well, it has been a big success. It's been a fantastic 4 days for us. Who exactly were the winners?
3rd place, only 12 points behind, was Donald Preston and Roger Mackay. They made a trip up from the South Island. Coming in 2nd for this Superwinch Tuff Truck Challenge 2007 was Owen Fillery and Dave Morrison in Toyota Land Cruiser. Top guys, awesome truck, very clicked on group. And the number 1 spot was Tony White and Mike Graham. They just were basically ahead all the way through.
Now, if people need any more information about the Superwinch Winch Challenge, where can they find that, please, Pete?
The best way to find out about that is, I do have an email address, which is actually tuffTruckChallenge@extra.co.nz.
Pete, congratulations. Thank you for an absolutely amazing event. Thank you for having us here. We'll see you at the next one.
Thank you very much, Simon and Miranda. Pleasure to have you guys here anytime. Just give us a whistle and we'll look after you.